Hey, everybody. Hope you are doing well. We're going to go to an early Faith No More album called The Real Thing, and we're going to do the title track from that called The Real Thing. It's about 8 minutes long, and this song is basically, it's a song that awakened many of us who were early Faith No More fans to the fact that Faith No More was not just your typical rock band. They weren't following all of the typical formulas to writing a song. They weren't just this rock and rap band getting together. You know, their influences are much more diverse than that, and their musical stylings translated to much more diverse playing and capability that is really all on display here in this particular song. So with that said, let's check out The Real Thing by Faith No More.
It's like the pattern, being up the skin, you gotta
So I've said it before, I'll say it again. My favorite album by Faith No More is King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime. That is post guitar player change, and I think the overall musicianship and the creativity of the band at that time is as good as it's ever been. That aside, this is the song that made me realize that Faith No More had the potential to be incredible. They were already good when you heard songs like, Fall into Pieces and, We Care a Lot and others. But they were just, for me at that point, they were just a really good, somewhat unique rock band. They had this little hip hop element to them in a way. Mike Patton's voice clearly was unique and special. The makeup of the band was interesting because it was a rock band, but with a keyboard player. The bass player tended to play fretless bass in a lot of instances. And it was just, they were a really good band. Then I heard The Real Thing and I was like, oh, there is a lot more, ability within this band than just a straightforward rock band. So it took me listening to the, sort of the hits, if you will, on MTV for me to go out and buy the Real Thing album. And then once I bought the Real Thing album and I heard the track like this and then Woodpeckers from Mars, I was like, holy crow, there's a whole bunch more that Faith No More has the potential to be. And so it was an interesting development to the band. You go from an album like this to, a lot of people's favorite Faith No More album, Angel Dust, which is a tremendous album. And then, they take their little hiatus and they go off and they do their self-funded EP, Songs to Make Love To, with the cover of Easy. And I started a joke on it. And you're like, okay, wow, he's even a better singer than I thought he was. And then out comes King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime. And yeah, membership of the band changed. I know some people who are fans of the band were like, oh, no, change. I don't like change. Okay, again, fine. Do you. But I didn't do that. I listened to the band. I listened to the creativity. I listened to the music. And I was blown away by King for a Day, Fool for a Lifetime. And then followed that up with Album of the Year, which was pretty much just as good. I'd still tip the scale towards King for a Day, but people who like Album of the Year are very justified in loving that too. It's another one of those bands, much like my love for a band like King's X, where this band doesn't fit neatly into a corporate box. It doesn't fit neatly into a mainstream music industry box that's going to get pumped around on radio stations no matter what they produce. This is a band that does not just play in a particular classic rock formula type of musical situation. They expand, they go beyond. I mean, Mike Patton spent a long time studying opera to the point where go ahead and research Mike Patton sings opera and have your mind blown even further by his abilities. The guy is absolutely one of the most versatile vocalists of all time, period, bar none. And if you're honestly going to debate me on that, then you're just ignorant to the man's real capability. I understand holding legends like Freddie Mercury and Ronnie Dio and, Ronnie James Dio, excuse me, and Bruce Dickinson and Halford and all these guys. I understand holding them all up on a higher pedestal, but they are really legitimately in one genre. And Mike Patton goes off and does hip hop, and then he does opera, and then he does the Faith No More thing, and he's got bands like Mr. Bungle and the album Phantomos, and just there's so much going on there, and he does not. It just is. You can't lump him into just a rock vocalist, and it's very unique in that respect. And by the way, on this particular track, shout out to the drummer. Phenomenal drum playing. I mean, the timing, the unique time changes, the unique timing situations on this, just incredible. No wonder why he toured with Ozzy when Faith No More was on a hiatus, because, Ozzy could have any drummer he wanted to playing for him, and he asked, Faith No More's drummer to go play for him because he's that damn good. Anyway, I'm going to cut this short now. Be curious to find out what you think. Please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section below. We can talk about it further. Know that I truly do appreciate you, and I wish you all well. Y'all take care.